Hey there, friend. If you're enjoying these stories as much as I love telling them, don't forget to follow the channel so you don't miss out on this video and all the ones coming up next. Supporting us by subscribing, liking and dropping a comment really helps, you know? Thanks a lot. A successful renovation in ancient Egypt, and maybe a hidden Anunnaki tomb. Archaeologists have just pulled off a successful restoration of ancient underground vaults in Egypt. And while that's cool on its own, the real excitement, at best, these could lead to a hidden royal tomb, or even a sealed coffin containing the body of an Anunnaki. Excavations are officially underway, and experts are beyond eager to see what they'll uncover. Wait, who are the Anunnaki, you ask? Many believe this trail might point toward the legendary Anunnaki, ancient gods, or maybe sky beings. The name Anunnaki means those who came from the heavens to earth. In Sumerian mythology, they were the offspring of Anu and Kai, the god of the sky and goddess of the earth. Some even think the biblical Nephilim, those giant offspring of fallen angels and human women, might actually be the same beings. In the book of Enoch, which was so controversial it was cut from the Bible, it says 200 rebellious angels called the Watchers mated with human women and created giants who ate everything, including people. A lot of scholars believe the Anunnaki and the Nephilim are connected. Researchers like Edward Linsky point out that ancient Mesopotamian texts place the Anunnaki on Mount Hermon, the same spot where the Watchers supposedly came down and started building their giant baby factory. So, were the Anunnaki gods? Ancient aliens? Did they create humanity? Giants? Maybe we should ask Gilgamesh, the semi-divine Sumerian king who supposedly travelled to Mount Hermon over 3,000 years ago searching for pre-flood wisdom. He was said to be two-thirds god and about 16 to 18 feet tall. But even with all his wisdom, he couldn't escape death. And according to old legends, the ancient giants died out too. But the myths of the Anunnaki still fascinate us today. In the book of Enoch, God was so furious with the Watchers that he ordered them to be bound and thrown into deep pits for 70 generations. Meanwhile, in Greek mythology, the rebellious Titans were also locked away in Tartarus, the exact same word used in the Bible to describe the prison of fallen angels. It's all oddly connected, like an ancient cinematic universe where gods, giants and angels all share one massive storyline. We're diving into the secrets of ancient hidden civilizations. From the terrifying tragedy of the Moche family to prehistoric cannibalism in ancient caves and even cities buried long ago, this is going to get wild. Let's start with the bizarre story of the Moche family tragedy. The ancient Moche civilization took family bonding to a whole new level. According to a shocking DNA study, funerals in Peru around 1500 years ago weren't just solemn rituals. They were a way to bring families closer. Instead of playing Scrabble or having dinner, they simply sacrificed their relatives. While most of us argue over grandma's jewelry, the Moche made sure the whole family went to the afterlife together, leaving no one behind to fight over the inheritance. A study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences revealed evidence so strange that researchers had to triple-check their findings. Archaeologists from the University of California made a shocking discovery at Huacachau Viejo, a pyramid-like structure where they found a high-status woman buried, known simply as the Lady. Next to her were 5 other people, including a teenage boy and girl. Brace yourself. They were strangled using ropes made from plant fibers. Why write a will when you can just take your family with you? At first, archaeologists thought these people were random sacrifices to the gods, but genetic testing revealed they were all related to the Lady. One was her granddaughter, one man was the father of the teenage boy. A true Moche-style family reunion. Up until then, experts believed Moche human sacrifices were mostly public religious rituals, but this family-centered version of sacrifice was something entirely new. Carbon dating confirmed all 5, including the teenagers, were buried at the same time. DNA sequencing helped piece together a complex family tree, possibly including her brothers, her granddaughter, and a man buried decades earlier who may have been the clan's grandfather. But why kill so many just to bury one woman? That remains a mystery. Archaeologist Varian Schmid suggested that by Moche standards, strangling may have been considered merciful. As horrifying as it sounds to us, it's arguably better than having your heart ripped out while you're still alive. I mean, would you rather be strangled or disemboweled? Hopefully you'll never have to decide. Brain-eating cannibals from prehistoric times. Deep inside Mazia Cave in southern Poland, researchers found something deeply disturbing, enough to change how we think about prehistoric life. No, it wasn't a zombie apocalypse. It was worse, because it was real. A recent analysis of human remains, dating back to around 16,000 BC, revealed a shocking truth. Prehistoric hunter-gatherers in that area were practicing cannibalism, and doing it often. It wasn't just the occasional survival meal. It was common. Think giant BBQ, where someone ends up chewing on their neighbour's leg. Cannibalism was apparently a survival strategy. Researchers closely examined 63 human bone fragments using high-tech, three-dimensional microscopes, and found that about 70% of them showed cut marks, clear evidence of butchering. Many showed signs of marrow and brain extraction, both highly nutritious. Not that I'm speaking from experience. Scientists believe the timing was key. As the last ice age ended, living conditions improved, but population growth meant more mouths to feed. With resources stretched thin, some communities crossed the ultimate line. Evidence suggests bodies were processed for food shortly after death, with no signs of traditional burials. When someone died, they became the next meal. Some researchers believe fierce competition over food and land led to conflicts where the winners literally ate the losers. So far, evidence of this kind of cannibalism has been found in at least 5 different prehistoric sites. Apparently, ancient Polish communities had quite the taste for human flesh. Near the village of Schaumburg, archaeologists uncovered the remains of a 1,700-year-old Roman structure built around a sacred spring from the Neolithic era. If history teaches us anything, it's that people have always been good at recycling real estate. The Romans, of course, were the original renovation kings. The site included the remains of a Roman pool and a stone wall around a freshwater spring. But the spring had been considered sacred thousands of years before the Romans arrived. Stone Age people had been bathing there for over 6,000 years. Shockingly, the spring still flows today. Using their advanced engineering, the Romans enclosed the spring in a wooden box and built a natural pool surrounded by massive granite blocks. They turned a wild pond into a Roman spa, but they also added something darker. No sacred site is complete without protection from evil. Archaeologists found a ceramic shard with the face of Medusa, the snake-haired monster from Greek mythology. The Romans believed her image could ward off evil, so someone looked at this peaceful spring and thought, let's add a monster's face, just in case. Who knows what spirits or demons they thought were hiding there. Either way, the spring site isn't just another ruin, it's a historical layer cake, from Stone Age sanctuary to Roman spa guarded by Medusa, and then forgotten. The ancient Maya didn't just admire big cats, they were obsessed with them. If you think Mesoamerican civilizations were just about pyramids and calendars, think again. Recent discoveries in Copan, an ancient Maya city in Honduras, show that wild animals played a major role in society. From ritual sacrifices to prehistoric zoos, the elite of Mesoamerica raised and traded animals to show off their power. Jaguars and pumas were seen as symbols of authority, and they were often sacrificed in elaborate rituals. A new study by anthropologist Nawa Sugiyama from George Mason University shows that this was way more common than historians previously thought. And we're not just talking about hunting. The Maya captured, raised and even fed their big cats, sometimes fattening them up for sacrifice. The bones of jaguars and other large cats found near altars revealed they were fed turkeys that ate corn. meaning these cats were raised in captivity, not hunted in the wild. So at least they took care of their fierce pets before killing them. The study also uncovered evidence of long-distance animal trade across Central America, like a dangerous version of ancient exotic pet dealing. For years, historians assumed the Maya didn't raise animals because they lacked large domesticated livestock like cows or pigs. But Sugiyama's research proved otherwise. What's unsettling is how often these majestic animals were sacrificed to please the gods. The Great Pyramid's secret void. Now imagine digging through your couch cushions and finding a secret compartment. But instead of popcorn or loose change, you find a hidden underground structure that could rewrite history. Except it's not your couch. It's beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's exactly what scientists recently uncovered using advanced scanning technology. No shovels, just radar and electrical imaging. Archaeologists discovered a mysterious void hidden near the royal tomb by Khufu's pyramid, which is over 4,500 years old, and no one knows what's inside. Treasure, a secret room, maybe even the world's first lost and found box? Here's a quick history refresher. The Great Pyramid was built for Pharaoh Khufu. It's the largest and oldest pyramid in Egypt. Important people were buried nearby in stone tombs called mastabas. But one spot in the burial complex was totally empty. No tombs, no signs, not even a no parking sign. Naturally, scientists got curious. Between 2021 and 2023, a Japanese team used ground-penetrating radar and electrical imaging instead of digging. And guess what? They found something seriously weird, an L-shaped structure connected to a deeper anomaly underground. It's definitely not natural. It was either man-made or built by something not quite human. The top part of the structure is about 33 feet long and buried 6.5 feet below ground. Researchers believe the entrance was later filled with sand. Beneath that lies another strange space, maybe a hidden room, maybe a storage pit, or just a giant pile of rocks. Worst case scenario, a big sandbox. Best case, lost history waiting to be revealed. Finally, thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoyed this journey through history and mystery, don't forget to follow the channel and stay tuned for future videos. Subscribe, like, and comment. It really helps us out. And